Coming to you from the innovative, immersive Hyundai Virtual Next Weather Sphere. This is Next Weather.
Oh, you could just see it looks, and if you've been outside today, it definitely felt like summer. Those 80-degree days are going to be back for a few until we finally get some rain, I heard, and we've been due for a shower or two, right? And we've talked about all of this. Andrew Kozak is going to join us right now in the Hyundai Next Weather Sphere. Andrew, you said midweek for the rain boots and the umbrellas. What's before then?
Nice conditions.
Love
Very,
it.
very nice. You know, in fact, possibly we're soaking up the last couple of days of what feels like summer because we're going to see some big changes come Wednesday. It's the same front that is responsible for delivering freeze watches and warnings to the Rockies and the upper Midwest. And then eventually that comes in our direction. Maybe not that dramatic, but we certainly are going to feel the effects. Average high this time of year is 71 degrees, 82 Monday, 81 Tuesday. We fall off into the 60s by the time we head toward the end of the week. There's the cool air, and it is going to shut some of the snow off. They've had their first snow in places like Yellowstone, Montana. Now we're looking at that cool air moving a little bit closer to our area, influencing our air. And like I said earlier, this is that game-changing front that we're going to see once we get into the middle of the week. Let's go ahead and talk about our current temperatures, though, where we're at on this Sunday evening. We're looking at temperatures around 81 degrees still. Above 80 degrees in Philadelphia. So even though we are well past when our high temperature comes in, we are still solid 10 degrees above where we should be. Wilmington coming in at 77, Pemberton at 79 degrees, LBI 75. What a gorgeous day across the Jersey Shore. A little cool to go in the water. Maybe just, put your toe in there. Temperatures are in the 70s from Atlantic City at 75 to Sea Isle City coming in at 72 degrees. All right, so let's talk about where we go from here. We don't have a whole lot of clouds and radar right now. We're going to take a break from really any cloud cover for at least the next 12 to 24 hours before we get some clouds working their way ahead of that next front coming in. I do want to talk about Invest 95L. This is this cluster of storms out here well into the Atlantic. We're going to keep our eye on it because it may develop as we head into the next few days across some very warm water, and it may threaten some of the islands, Leeward Islands, as we head into the week ahead. On the Pacific side, across southwest Mexico, we now have Hurricane Priscilla. It is a Category 1 with winds of 75 miles per hour, expected to move north and kind of ride right just to the west of Baja California. So we're going to keep our eye on this as it becomes a Category 2. Heavy rain. This is going to affect people going to Cabo San Lucas. We're going to keep our eye on that. Now, we will be in the 50s and 60s overnight, back into the 80s tomorrow with plenty of sunshine. We get into your Tuesday night, increasing clouds, and there's the front. Tuesday night into Wednesday, showers, possibly a rumble of thunder, severe weather not likely. But the big story with this front, besides the rain on Wednesday, is the much cooler air coming in for the remainder of the week and into the weekend. Precipitation chances, I went ahead and said 100% for Wednesday because it is likely we're going to see some rain, maybe even a few moderate downpours. Tomorrow morning's commute looks like this. Temperatures in the mid-50s, lots of sunshine, and then eventually we'll see partly cloudy to mostly sunny skies. Let's take a look at your 7-day forecast now. We get into your Tuesday. We're still at 81 degrees. Wednesday, exactly where we should be for temperatures, but we'll have the rain rolling in. Wednesday night into Thursday, we'll start to see things clear out and dry up, but those temperatures fall. We're back into the 60s, and as we head into next week, rain returns by this time next weekend with the temperatures in the 60s and a chance for rain on Sunday.